we're working on today is dinking with a purpose, okay? And what we want to do with those dinks, and especially at this higher level. We want to dink with a purpose. So what that means is we're going to put pressure on our opponents so that by putting pressure on, we can create a mistake and we can put a ball away. So I'm going to have Sean and Clint are going to step right up to the kitchen line, get in their position, so they're in a good position right here. What we talk about with this is we're going to take our kitchen and divide it into thirds. We have an upper third, a middle third, and a back third. That back third is at Clint and Sean's feet, okay? And that's where we want to dink. We want to dink into this back third. And why is because we want to put pressure on our opponents and cause a pop-up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to demonstrate where we want to dink and why we want to dink there. So again, we talk about as we're going to dink to this back third, and the reason why it's dinking with a purpose and putting pressure on our opponents. So while we're doing this, we're just going to start it with a nice little warm-up where we're keeping the ball nice and low over the net. I want to keep the ball maybe about 6 inches over the net at the most. Don't want to pop this up. I want to put it on a line. Now, if I'm dinking to Clint or to Sean, if they take that ball out of the air and it's low, I have no problem with that. It's a ball that's attackable that I have a problem with. So that's the reason we want to keep that ball nice and low over the net. So we're going to start. Nice little warm-up here. Right at Sean's feet there, right at Clint's foot. Right there, and I get him on that short hop there, and that's exactly what I want. Right there. If he makes a mistake, I can put that ball away. And so what we're trying to avoid is dinking into that middle third or that upper third that's close to the net. And reason being is because what happens there is when I do dink into the kitchen and it's in that middle third or upper third, it allows Clint and Sean to step in and control the point. So by controlling the point, they can move me in and out wherever I want. So if I dink into this middle third, Sean or Clint can step in and take this ball and do whatever they want. But if I put it in this back third, right, nice and low with their feet, causes problems. We go a little more. A little high from me. Good. What I'm doing right there, pushing Sean back. He does the same with me. Good. See right there, I get that ball behind Sean. That's what I'm trying to do. Good. And now, too, what we want to focus on is our footwork. So if I do get pressured with a dink and they are opposed or not opposed to, if they are able to get a ball at my feet, what do I want to do with my feet? If I can't take the ball out of the air under control, I want to move my feet, okay? The last thing you need to be doing is learning the game of pickleball and someone telling you, get to the kitchen line and stay there. That's the worst thing that someone can teach you. You're at the kitchen line, yes, but if someone puts pressure on you, you're able to back up, play that ball off a bigger bounce, and then you come right back up. You've done nothing wrong. You haven't lost any ground. You've just played a much more controlled shot. So what we're going to try and do here is work on footwork. So as I have both Sean and Clint moving, I'm going to watch their feet. And right there, that's such a good job right there. Moving back. Good. See Sean take that ball off a bigger bounce. And same thing right there with Clint. Good job. Plays that ball. Now, only thing is it still got at his feet. There it is. And that's it right there. Now Sean clears that space. Good. Right there. Good. Good footwork. Perfect spot right there. Again, these guys pressuring me, pushing me back off the line. And all that does is I work my way right back up. So I don't lose any ground. And I come right back up and I'm in my ready position. Good. Take that one out of the air. That one too. So now I'm applying pressure. Good. That's it. Oh, good work right there. Good. And that right there, that's good footwork by all these guys of working their way back, taking that ball off a bigger bounce, but then working their way back up to that kitchen line. One more thing, last thing we want to do is we want to talk about strategically what we want to do with our dinks, okay? So as we talk about other sports and bringing them into pickleball, baseball, football, basketball. What's the difference is applying pressure, right? And we apply pressure, that's that dinking with a purpose. But the next thing we want to talk about is what we want to do with our positioning, what we do with the ball. Last thing is we want to make sure that we're taking our opponents out of their rhythm. We're disrupting their rhythm and their timing. How do we do that? By moving the ball around. So now say that Clint is our target and we want to go to Clint. The problem is that players will want to go to Clint and they'll go to his forehand, go to his forehand, go to his forehand, and continue to go to that same spot. Well, Clint's a great player. The more he gets in a rhythm, the better he is. So what do I want to do? I want to disrupt that rhythm. How do I do that? By going from his forehand to his backhand. Because maybe we want to eliminate Sean from this play, but you're like, okay, well, I got to keep it really away from Sean. Well, I don't have to completely keep it away from him. I can go inside, outside on Clint and keep him guessing. So my rule of thumb is never to the same spot more than 2 or 3 times. So Sean, for this purpose, you're going to be isolated here. We're going to work on Clint cross court. And what I mean by that, when I go to his right foot a couple times, and then I'll mix it into his left foot. There. Now I change his position up. All right. And so I'll just take that. And now he thinks I'm going there. Okay, I go there. Now change it up, go to the inside foot. Now all I'm doing is I'm changing his mentality. I'm changing the way he's thinking. Whereas if I sit there and go this old way and just continue to go to his forehand, right? All Clint's doing is he's getting in such a good rhythm here, right? So now he's going to be the one putting pressure on me, right? Just like that. Perfect example. Go to his forehand, go to his forehand again. Now I'll go to his backhand. Now I'll go to his backhand. Now I'll go to his forehand. Now his backhand. And now I got Clint all twisted up right there because, again, I'm taking him out of his rhythm and he doesn't know where I'm going with it. And then after a while, I go forehand, 2 backhand. And then what do? Mix in a drop here on the backhand side for Sean because hopefully maybe we get him sleeping or we get him putting his paddle down or he's trying to creep in the middle and now we mix it up. So again, good for high level play. Take your opponent out of their rhythm, disrupt their rhythm and timing.